1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're doing some sound test, see if it's working. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me check. I'm not sure if you can guys hear me. Okay, how is sound? Sound, can you hear me at all or no? Sound test 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Okay, then yeah, please launch the projectors and I'm gonna start the lesson. Okay, guys, so we're gonna be launching soon. Let's do sound test 1, 2, 3. Okay, and just let me know if you can hear me, the sound test. Okay, so we're just waiting for the sound. Okay, see, okay, perfect. Okay, so we just have to adjust the sound. And then we should be good. Yeah, I just worry if you can hear me good, if the sound is good quality. Yeah, I'm just wondering if you can hear me good. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to switch to the main screen. Okay, perfect. Okay. Guys, I'm switching to my main screen. Let's see, that should work. And you should see now my main screen, I think. Okay, yeah, so I hope you can hear me well, guys. Welcome to the class today. Yeah, let's just make sure that YouTube is full screen and it has a live icon. Today I'm streaming from a different computer. Okay, guys, so today actually I want to introduce you some, today's our last class. It's a makeup class, which is our last time we meet together with streaming and using Resolve, as you know, the whole time. But there's also another software I want to introduce to you, which is called Fusion, which, as you know, Fusion is inside Resolve. So I want to show you how it looks. So Fusion is actually standalone software. So I'm going to be now showing you just for 10 minutes, this Fusion, and then we're going to go to DaVinci. But I'm doing like introduction of the software. So as you see, it's like it looks exactly the same, just like inside Resolve. The difference is that it's more powerful, actually. So I'm now create some very, very quick titles. I press Control same way, and as you can see, it interface looks a little different, but it has all the same things inside. So just like we always do, I'm doing 3D text. I drag and drop. And all the shortcuts, everything, it works exactly the same way. See, it has exact same options. Let me try to do something here. See, so it has extrusion and has the light. So it's pretty much exactly the same option like, we had in DaVinci, but, in here, everything is much, much faster, actually. So let me actually create. Okay, I'm going to find some image. Let me go to Google. And let's import some image, glow background. So I just want to show you, it's just like introduction, to you of this soft round. I typed glow background, and we can, okay, this one here, let's save it. Yeah, today I'm using different computer, much better today. Okay, so I'm going to save this background. And just like in DaVinci, I'm doing the exact same thing, which I'm going to loader, and I'm loading image. Then I connect to image plane. So you see, it's exactly the same, just like we do in DaVinci, but in here it's much more powerful. So this is text. We're gonna add merge 3D. Also, guys, don't forget to make your attendance. Okay, end of class. Okay, so here we go. So as you see, it's the exact same thing, and here we control. And the reason I'm showing you this is because Fusion, this software standalone using to make in Hollywood, special effects. DaVinci is used like more for post-production, but Fusion is much more faster, as you can see, like extremely fast. I'm using a laptop now. Just to tell you for fun, I'm using right now. I got new laptop which has 12 processors, okay, and this specific laptop I'm using now. This is like a laptop I'm using right now. So as you can see, it's not very expensive, but it's very powerful. It has a GPU inside, so that's how it looks. And as I'm using right now Fusion, and of course you can play games on this one too. As I'm using Fusion, he's even telling me here, see here at the bottom, GeForce 1050 Ti. So he's telling me like, GPU. So this laptop has GPU built in. So in the future, if you want to use Fusion or DaVinci, you always need a laptop with GPU inside, right? Okay, I'm gonna create one more light here. So, so you can see, even though it's just a laptop, it's extremely powerful. Spotlight. So you don't need powerful computer, to do some. And the lights, 3D options, lighting, and shadow. So here we go. So as we see, exact same options, just like in DaVinci, but we're in Fusion. And there is no options at the bottom, you cannot do editing. Yes, exactly. This is different software, is the same company. It's the same company, so it's Black Magic Design, but it's called Fusion, and that's actually the original one that they did all effects. Fusion is the same company, Black Magic. So, before Da Vinci, everyone was using Fusion for all effects in Hollywood, all the movies and stuff. And then they include Fusion in, so we've been working in kind of like cut down version of Fusion. But all the films you see here, and much more, including Avatar and Gravity, a lot of effects are being done inside Fusion. So it's very powerful software. I mean, if you're interested in such thing, then you can download for free and then use it. Yeah, they also use it to make like those green screen removal, all that stuff. So it's just called Fusion 16. Okay. Okay. So actually, here's a great example. You see like a lot of image plane. Entire scene is actually made with image plane. So a lot of great, and of course you need a GPU. Always, GPU. Each time you buy a laptop, if you want to buy a new laptop, always think of GPU inside. Okay. And the NVIDIA is one on the top. But sure. Yeah. So I just wanted just to show you the software, but the interface is exactly the same. So if you launch it, it's not much, difference. It's not that much, difference. But you see, it's extremely fast. Okay, I'm gonna now, guys, go and jump to DaVinci, and also this software Fusion I will be showing in a new class called Special Visual Effects Advanced, which is like continuation. So if you like this class, you can join to the second class, which I'm going to be showing Fusion more and much more complex stuff. Okay, so I'm closing this and let's go to DaVinci now. So I'm going to just do a last quick overview. I'm using here DaVinci 16. It's a free version, and they always update. I think we're using Fusion, the DaVinci in the other classroom. Yeah, today Ray is not present, so today, and also I'm not sure if you have guys DaVinci in that classroom. Let me just. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys have DaVinci in that classroom. EV32. So how about today? I'm gonna be just some stuff. Okay, maybe I should. I hope you can guys see clearly everything in here because it's kind of tiny. Okay, so we're back to DaVinci. So in the last classroom, we had like a homework to do a poster of the movie, if you remember. So I'm gonna now quickly open. I'm going to open the last assignment and just very quickly read this, watch it, and kind of, memorize it, for the future. So, there is no assignment today. Today is just like, me showing you. And I'm gonna just recreate all those from the last assignment, okay? All the posters, so you can just enjoy and watch. Lesson 14. Yeah, sometimes it's kind of slow, so let's just wait a few minutes. Not sure why I cannot see anything here. Okay, so this is the free, let me see, lesson 14. It's loading very, very slow for some reason. Okay, so I'm going to download all those posters now very quickly and then recreate them. And you guys did a great job, from okay, so I got all the posters now. So let's open those images. So this, guys, is our last assignment, which we're supposed to, returns. And let me try to do for first this one here. Okay, a bit. So of course we need glow. So you're always trying to like analyze, what's in here visually. Glare, this white thing. So we have a glow, a PNG. We have some rocks, and just title. So like if I want to recreate this specific one, images. So let me go and find. See, I'm going to open like on the side, and I can. Okay, let me go. Okay, so we need some to actually create a new folder. The abyss, okay. Okay, and we need some elements. So I need some rock. That shouldn't be too high. Okay, I'm gonna try to find the rocks, cliff. Let's see, maybe. This looks very similar actually. We can actually use any type of rock. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna just save that image. So we're always trying to analyze like what's inside in specific graphic. I'm going to save this image, those rock. Okay, so this and this here is just glow. So I'm gonna type glow PNG. And today I'm not taking long. I'm trying to be fast, so you can guys see a lot of things. Yeah, guys. Yeah. Today there's no software, so sadly today I'm really sorry. But EV32 don't have that software. I think there is Fusion. I don't know if you want to check. Like if you go on your computer, if you go to Start and you type Fusion, I think it should be installed. Oh, I see. There's no fusion. Yeah, guys. I mean, today. So today, you're just enjoying, to watch. So I'm gonna be a little faster today. A lot of things, today's like a last class. So t today you don't have to follow me. You just watch and enjoy, and then I'm gonna be showing all the things that we used in the past. Okay, all the tools. So now we're recreate. Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys, that you don't have a software. It would take too much time if we try to install it now on your computer. Actually, let me try to change. I want to see better. Let me try to change resolution here. Let's go to 100 and tell me. I think you should see it much bigger. I got some rock. Let's try to find some. Hey guys, I'm really sorry about today. Like EV32, don't have the software. It's because AC was, there was some problem. So just watch and enjoy. If you want to take a pictures anytime or take a video. Now I'm just trying, to recreate the specific poster. Let's see. Now I need to find some. So I'm be showing like we need some glow. Anyone like this one here is okay too. So I type glow PNG. Glow PNG. Let's try. Kind of similar to the one from the poster, right? Oh, this one I think. I'm not sure if this. I'm trying to find PNG, so JPEG never works. So I'm gonna try to find this one maybe. PNG. Okay, I think this is the one. Okay, so I got pretty much everything I need, to create that. It's just two images to create this specific poster. Okay, so yeah, I think you guys are seeing very small. I'm gonna try to do a zooming like this. Okay, so first thing, right click. I'm gonna create new fusion composition. He's asking me, the timing. It doesn't matter because it's just a still image. Okay, let me see, 200. Okay, then the timeline. And then double click and let's. Okay, I'm switching to Fusion. Let's see. See, I'm doing now double click. It's not switching for some reason, so I'm just clicking at the bottom here. Don't forget, there's option here. If you do right click in, I'm trying to disappear this. If you do right click here, there's option which is going to change this icon into large icon. Like this is much easier to see. So now we need to import our images, right? Media pool. We can just drag. So those two images we're going to drag and drop. Drag and drop. As you're seeing here, it's showing red. So so if you see red, there's like red like this. I mean, there's something. So I'm going to delete and then try to see like why it cannot open. Here's a problem with this one here. I'm gonna try to rename the name. See, so each time if you see red, it means, there's some problem with the format. It means it's maybe not PNG. So I'm going to just try to find a different image, different glow. So let's try to find different glow effects. Seems like a hard time to find a transparent image. So I think we have to create one. Let's see. So I'm typing now burst glow PNG. It seems like it will be a more. Yeah, sometimes it's very hard to find a good image. As you see, I'm having a hard time to find. Okay, this one I'll try to save. Let's see, this one. Okay, so I try to drag and drop. Let's see, drag and drop here. Okay, so now it's working. I'm not sure if, yeah, I don't think this one is PNG also because it's not background. So actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna find one more image. Okay, I'm gonna try to find lens flare. Okay, lens flare. So here we go. So this seems to work. Lens flare. So let's see our poster one more time. See, so this one is like, it's very horizontally stretched, but those kind of look similar. So how about we're going to save this one here? Going to remove a background with the keying. Okay, so I'm drag and drop. But here's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to make one screen. Okay, so it's not a PNG now; it has a black background. So I'm going to try to remove it. In a way, I'm going to add keying. Okay, press Control Space. I'm typing key, and I'm going to use Ultra Keyer. Okay, I'm going to try to use Ultra Keyer. I drag and drop Ultra Keyer. Then I select all the black that I want to remove. So I'm just keep selecting more and more, and as you see, it's removed. A little more on the blue one. See, so just like how to remove it, and then I'm gonna remove two more. And now just it just has to be more smooth. We have to make it more smooth edges. So I'm gonna use in Ultra Keyer. I'm gonna blur. Let's see, blend. There's actually an option called pre-made size. So when I'm adjusting that, he's fixing like a corner, so you can see it's much better quality. So all those sharp corners, see, it becomes extremely smooth. So I'm doing this and image becomes very, very, very nice quality. Okay, so now it's kind of like it's removed, in a very nice way. Okay, also I'm going to save it in case it's going to crash. The rocks. just like that. So we only want some part of that rock, so I'm going to use polygon. I'm going to use some masking, which is right in here. This one, polygon. Polygon, so he's creating a mask, but I'm going to now detach it, so I can cut the shapes. And I just quickly, see I'm clicking and then I'm holding, see, so if you click and hold it, you can adjust smooth like this. So I'm just cutting very, very small piece and then close it. If I connect the mask to the image plane, of course, it's cutting out, right? I can copy to create two at the same time. I just copy and paste. In the second one, I'm going to change the mask a little different shape. You can also select many points at one time. See, like I'm selecting many points. Okay, it's ready pretty much, right? So now we have two different pieces, right? So by controlling the mask, by controlling the polygon mask, you're actually changing of cutout, cutout of that image. Okay, so the next thing we need just image planes. I'm adding image plane 3D. You already know how to do it. I connect it. So we connect those two. So we have like two different elements, right? Two different. We're adding one merge 3D, merge 3D, and we're connecting the both image planes to merge, right? Click, and this one here. Merge to main viewer. See, so now we have those two kind of rocks. We're trying to, to match the look of the poster. So as you see, just on the side, one title and one glow. Okay, so I'm gonna just rotate them. So as you see, I'm just showing like, how quickly that is. So we just rotate. I'm using Control Shift Out, if you remember, to do rotation. And just placing them somehow. Okay, so that seems good. So let's now add the title. Control space, I go text, right? Text 3. And we're merging text to merge. And let's type the name Abyss. Also, if you can change the font size. You can either select from here, from the size in here. But I think it's much easier if you control it also from here. It's where you do rotation and here. Then I click in the center and I move left and right and you can adjust. It's kind of easier, I think. The same, those rows, you can make them much, much larger. And this one too. Okay, so this one is almost ready. So I'm gonna just adjust the title. Okay, in the title it looks like blue, so we're just adjusting the color. We're gonna add some light in here. So let's just add one more light and it's pretty much it's ready. Let's do spotlight. We can do just one spotlight. One spotlight in front of everything and it's pretty much it's ready. And don't forget you have to turn on the light. So I'm doing right click in here, right click and 3D options, lightning and shadows. You know, those two. So let's just adjust the light a little bit more. And it's pretty much done. I mean, you know, it doesn't take that much time as you see. It's not so bad. And of course, we're going to change the light itself into blue, so it looks more like this. But as you see, it's getting pretty close. Green, so you know, just little adjustments here and there, and let's add the glow. So I'm adding loader. Oh, okay. So let's add now the glow. The glow is already in the scene. Let me see. The glow is already here, so we just need to connect the glow to the new image plane. Put in front, and it's ready almost. Now see on this glow is because it's glow. You know, you don't want this glow to be affected by light or shadow. Is because it's light itself, right? So there's actually an option if you click on this glow PNG effect. We go to visibility. Let me see. There's this option here. See, like in here in the lightning. So on this one object only, in lightning, I'm affected. I'm checking. You know, it means it's not by light. So it's like its own light in a way. That means that this light is not affecting this glow effect, right? Okay, and let's put some, behind some, because it's supposed to be like under the ocean, this. I don't know if you watch this, movie, but it's like it's not in space. It's happening like under the ocean. Okay, so we need this little background behind. So anyways, to do it, like I'm gonna show you a trick now. I could add some a different image, but I'm gonna use the same rock to do like a background behind it. So it's kind of like a trick I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna just copy this entire rock. So it's like a new object in a way. Make new image plane, connect it, and this one rock I'm gonna use like a background, So this one be large. And we're gonna put it behind. And I'm going I'm going to readjust the mask on this one, so I'm going to do this one much larger. Something like very large like this. So when you look at this, the whole thing, see it's like is behind, but we can also change the way it looks, this behind background. Because if it's like underwater, it will be much darker, right? So I'm just adjusting this one, make it very large and very far away, so it's like a big. And one way to to simulate like underwater, we can just add a blur effect to the background, to this back image plane. I can add blur, and if you remember, after you load image, like in here, after you load image, in between image loader and image plane 3D, you can add in here something, right? You can add color correction or some blur, and there is right in here blur. So I hold it, and blur means it's going to be like out of focus. It looks much more effective. So it looks like underwater. It's maybe just how you can do effect of underwater. Okay, so let's add now a renderer, and I think this one is almost ready. Renderer. And of course we need camera, right? Camera to see. Camera is location of the viewer, of which angle we're gonna be using. I'm adjusting the camera, and let's see. Render is the very final image. I'm adjusting the position of the camera. Also, as you see, the poster is it's a different size. Kind of is very long. It's very long. So if you want to adjust, go to the renderer right in here, image. So here you adjust the final resolution. So I'm going to make it much, just like a poster. See, so I move the camera now. As you see, like, we cannot see the light is because we have to enable the light and the shadow in the renderer. So it's in the view, in the view is one thing, right? If you remember, in the viewer, you go to 3D options, shadows to enable in here. But in the final renderer, you have to click it and go to lighting here, right? Enable light, enable shadows. Let's see, this one rock. I'll just make now some small adjustments here. Okay, so the one thing is it doesn't look good is the lens flare. There is one thing I want to show you, is called blending mode. So this specific lens flare, which is right in here, on the image plane itself, there's this thing called blend mode. It's just like in Photoshop, blend mode. And if you change the blend mode to screen, then it's removing like a black black color, any black color from that, from that image is being removed. So everything actually has that option. Every image plane, image plane 3D for every object has that option, blend mode, and it's very powerful. And I think you should be like, playing with this. You can control like, how strong is transparency of the specific texture on that object. And also by changing a blend mode, you can have some, you can have very interesting effects. Okay, so let me now accumulative, multiply, overlay, hard light. Yeah, so you see, it's because the original image one, the best one is to keep screen. I want to just adjust, make it much larger. You see, it looks very, it looks very realistic. So see, I'm just adjusting. So when you change a blend mode, as you see in here to screen, it becomes very, very strong. Light is very interesting. And don't forget, just like I applied blur behind, I applied blur after the loader, I applied blur. You can also apply blur or color correction after the flare image, right? So you have here first image, I remove the background with this ultra here, and then I make space here, right? So I'm gonna apply one more. I'm gonna apply one more here. 2D effect, right? And 2D effects are all from here. So for example, color correction I can apply correction, and you can actually control how that light looks. Or you can even change, light itself. And I'm not changing light or anything. I'm just changing. So that's original image. We applied ultra clear to remove the black in the first stage, and then in the next step we are applying color correction. So just with color correction, you can actually change the textures even without change. So it's very powerful. Color correction, and also color correction here. You can change, gamma. How strong is the lighting? You can do it, much down. So as you see, like right now, it looks almost exactly the same like in the movie. I mean, in the poster. See, it's extremely similar now. So, color correction, it gives you a lot of power. And it's more green in the movie, so we just applying. So this one is almost finished. And just change the text. Okay, first, semi-complex. In here, this whole thing is because we have a lot of elements, but it's nothing complex actually. If you look a closer look, so all of those is just for that flare, right? This one here is a rock, has a mask, and connects to image plane. This one the same thing. Image has mask, connects and image plane. And here we have text free, one light only, and renderer. And of course, one camera we have. But just like we always did, one merge 3D connects all those elements together, right? It's like a global connector. And that's it. And it's pretty much ready almost. Well, same because this one has little different lighting. Actually, I think it has a light on the top. It will take some time to do exactly the same look. Of course, it's not so easy. I think the light is kind of on the top. So, by adjustment, spotlight, and also, it always takes time to do it exactly the same. You have to adjust like so many sliders, right? You see like only on the top if you want the light, and then you control intensity of the light. But as you can see now, it becomes very, very interesting slowly, but title. And actually, I want to tell you, before the break, like in here, you see this kind of effect is like the text is light to dark to actually imitate the exact same effect. When you go to text 3D, I'm going to show you text 3D. Let me show you this one. Let's shut the light off for a second. In text 3D, when you go to, okay, so here's a color, right? But there is also option here. Let me try to find. Of course, in text 3D, you have like a lot of options. You can adjust spacing, transform. Actually, let's do it more point frame. Okay, see, so in here, this little icon is like a brush. In text 3D, material, there is color, but you can switch this to image. You can switch this to to image. So that means we can apply some texture onto this 3D text, right? So let me do that really quickly. See, so actually try down what I did. It looks so strange, but I actually applied now onto 3D text. I applied this rock texture. I just drag and connect it with the text 3D. But of course, we want to do like this one, right? So it's like white to dark. So instead, I'm gonna add background, and this is kind of like a new tool. I didn't show you this background, but a background creates like a solid image that can change color, but also background is like internal inside image. You can also change from solid to vertical. It's just like in I think in PowerPoint. So it's like a shading. And now I'm gonna adjust exactly colors with this shading thing. So just like in a poster, see the same type of gradient. Actually, it's called a gradient. See, it looks very, very similar for the text itself, and this one is more maybe green. So this one I'm gonna connect to the text. Connect. It becomes exactly the same. it becomes exactly the same, the shading effect. Okay, so I actually finished with this one. I just want to show, like, a more precise, precise way how to do this. Also, if I want to squeeze that title, if I want to squeeze, this, like, if I want to resize it, but not horizontally, if you try to do it in here, it's because you have to unlock aspect ratio lock on the text 3D size. Let me try to see. Right here. Okay. So in text 3D, you go to then size. It says lock XYZ, so you have to unlock it. If you unlock it, you can then resize it, see, on X only. You have to unlock it first. Actually, if you see it right now, I'm not even changing. I do it like this, it's sticker, but I'm controlling not with extrusion. So can I perfectly adjust to just like in a poster with very kind of similar look. Let me disable the light because it's very hard sometimes to see. If you have too much light, it's very hard to see what you're doing. See, so it looks very, very similar now. It's just a different font, but the whole thing, it looks. Let's see the final one here. Yeah, it has to be, behind that light, to make it perfect. It's even brighter. And actually, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do one more light. Well, on the text itself, only on the text. I'm going to show now another trick. See, like, we normally always connect everything into merge. We always connect every single thing, but we can add another merge. So this text 3D in here, which normally goes to merge, I'm going to add another merge 3D. Another merge. So this text is going to go to this merge first. I'm going to add here one light. Actually, what I'm doing now, so this scene, so this text goes to merge and it has a light. So this is like a one separate scene that I'm going to many times merge as you want. So it's like using two merges now. I connect merge to merge, and what's going to happen is that this light only affects the text and nothing else. I'm going to show you. Wait. See, so I'm only affecting the text. So by creating a new merge, it's like a different scene almost in a way. So I'm now I'm drag and drop this merge in here, so it feels like a brand new scene, but it's exact same scene. But it's because I want to add the light only on the text without affecting, all the rocks. So this slide now I'm changing, as you see, is affecting only the title. It's because this is like independent, and that's like one important thing is to remember is that you can create as many as you want of independent small scenes with merge, and then you connect all of them into one global merge 3D. Adjusting your light. And that's pretty much the final poster almost. Of course, I'm going to pause this one. I'm going to upload this scene to King LMS for you just to have it. You don't have to do anything with it. See how it looks. So I'm now adjusting light only for, and do a lot of very interesting effects in here. So that's pretty much complete. Yeah, but not really. I used all the things that we already know in here. So I'm just going to save it. And guys, I'm going to see you after the break. Okay, in 15 minutes. Okay, guys, I'm coming after the break. And let me show something really, really cool. Okay, so I'm going to save that scene. And let me show you like some stuff like what we can do in DaVinci, because so far we've been doing only like 3D titles and things like that. Okay, I'm gonna now go to Google and I'm gonna find 3D object. I'm gonna show you how you do it. So I'm gonna try to do 3ds. 3ds is like a format. It's a special format of 3D objects. I'm gonna do 3ds F17 model. Yes, 3ds is a 3D model, 3D format. Okay, sound is good. So I'm going to try to download now a real 3D object, and I'm going to try to use it inside our thing. So, and there is many sites that are providing you, some are for free, some are you have to pay money. Let me see, free. Let's see, maybe here. Let me try to find. Okay, so see, this website's free, 3d.com, and then I'm gonna try to open some. This one looks cool. Let's see, I hope I can download, and I'm gonna try to import into, let's see, download. Oh, here, okay. I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm gonna try to download this one. I create new folder and let's try to read the model. So I'm going to download. It's a zip file, so I'm going to extract it. So here actually is a model, 3D model format, because it's that blend. It means it's Blender. Let me try to find something else. So Google Warehouse. Let me try to see. We need to find a format which is not Blender. It's 3D Studio Max. I'm going to show you just in a second. Let's see. Maya is wrong too. I'll try to see. Okay, so the format that we want to import, the format that is supported in DaVinci is called OBG. Okay, OBG. So I'm going to try. Okay, let's try to download this one. Because there's many 3D formats. Let's see this one. Okay, see, so in here we have a format called OBJ, and we can import this specific format. It's just like image, JPEG, PNG. In 3D objects, you have a different extensions, OBJ we can use. And it also has a textures for that 3D object. So like this is like a texture for 3D object. It's already prepared for us. So I'm gonna try to import this into DaVinci. I'm gonna save this one. I'm gonna start new project. And of course we have to start new fusion composition, drag and drop, and let's go to fusion. Okay, so how we export 3D object is you were going to file, import media, but there is actually a different one here. Let me try to see here. Import media. I'm not sure if this is. Okay, I'm going to try to open this one, the 3D model of that house. OBJ. I'm not sure if this is the way to do it. drag and drop. Let's see. Okay, see, so he actually imported the real 3D object. So, it's no longer image plane, it's more like complex. So instead of image, I actually imported the real 3D object. The only thing is that we need the textures. And as you know, in this folder that we download, they also gave us a texture. So I'm gonna drag and drop this texture. I'm connecting the texture that they gave us with the 3D object. It's called FBX mesh. So let's see what happens. Here we go. So now we actually have like a real 3D object. So now we can do, I can make, for example, I can find like image of some ground. So I can say grass texture. Try to put some, some ground. I guess anyone is going to be fine. Let's save this one. To import this grass, I'm going to connect to image plane. We are going to add merge 3D, just like always we do. And now we're connecting image plane and this 3D object FBX. We connect to merge 3D. Drag and drop. And we have to resize because it's very tiny, I think. Resize. Yeah, it's very, so it seems like this house is extremely large. I can also resize this house too. You can, because it's a real 3D object. Okay, so now we're going to just rotate. I'm going more precise. This actually is a very basic scene, but that's how I actually do it. So now we have it. So, and I'm going to add now some light in here, some simple spotlight. Okay, spotlight. So we have now light in here. Now, I have to turn, light on in the whole scene. So we're going to do it right click anywhere here and 3D options, lightning and shadows. So I can, as you have like, very cool, like a real 3D scene with the object. And you can now, adjust here lighting and everything. This ground has to be rotated different way. Okay, here we go. So that's how actually how we do. I'm going to try to find a different 3D object. Okay, so we're now adding more 3D objects. So so we're not trying to create ourselves. We just download. Let me find some tree, for example. Some are not for free, like seeing here $25. So you only download for free. Let me see. If you remember, it has to be OBJ. So this format is not going to import. Let's see this one. You can import OBJ and FBX. I'm going to write down here for you. 3D models format is going to be OBJ, FBX, 3DS. So those three. Okay, if you want to take a picture of this. Image, just remind you. Of course, JPEG, MP4 video, AVI video, more movie, and PNG for alpha. Okay, so just kind of, just reminding you, this is like the formats that we work with in. So I'm going to download this tree now. BX, so we can use it. Click download. Let's extract it. Zip format. I'm checking inside the folders just to see what they have. Texture as well. Okay, so we do have TGA is also image format, TGA. See, so they provide you with 3D object and texture for that 3D object. So let's try to import that tree in our scene. So I'm going to do the same thing. You go to File, Import File. Let's find our house tree, FBX. Double click, and yeah, sometimes he has a hard time to import. It seems like it's not working. I'm gonna try. Oh, actually, he's right in here. I forgot. After you import 3D object, it's gonna appear in media pool. So here is our tree. So I just drag and drop in here. We don't see it because probably I have to add texture in it. The textures that come from this. So, and there's actually now see, and there's actually two textures for that object. Let's see. Sometimes objects have hard time. There's like sometimes not possible to import some specific objects. Like in here, like we cannot even see it. I'm not sure why we cannot see it. So I'm going to use actually now a different method of importing 3D object. A different method is instead of going to Word, I'm going to actually add a new. No, I did something. No. I'm going to add a different tool. Let me see. Fine, there's a secondary way to do this. At least in Fusion, there's option to. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys. So if you want to import correct way the 3D object, instead of going to File and Import, because it's not really image, it's a 3D object, go to Fusion, Import. Okay, Fusion, Import, and there's this thing, see here, called FBX Scene. When I import like this, it's price is going to correctly import the model. Okay, so I'm going to try to open that tree one more time. Okay, and this one, it gives you like much more options, but you're just pressing here, just okay. Okay, so now you're gonna see he's creating much more complex puzzles. So this is like correct way to import 3D object. Okay, see, so complete, proper tree, properly imported tree. So it's not by going to File and Import File, because this one we use just for images, PNG or JPEG. And then he creates this very complex kind of set, but you don't need to do anything in here. It's just you're connecting this with our merge. And transform, you on the transform, I'm just applying, the location and the size. Okay, so now we have another object here, tree. So now we see, like, if you don't have a light, it's not going to be effective, right? So that's why it's very important. The light on, the whole thing becomes very interesting. Okay, and I'm going to try to import one more object. Tree. Let's try to find. Let's try to find something else. Okay, how about we're going to try to import more complex objects? It shows you here the form J. It would work for us, right? Blend is a blender. OBJ, it would work for us. Some. Okay, how about this one here? So this is very complex object already prepared for you. You just have to download. So let's click download and try to get this one. It's a zip file, so I'm gonna extract transportation, and inside this folder we should see all of those. Someone created that object in Maya or some software, and so this is all the textures for different places in a car. So let's try to import this one. Okay, so we're back in. So correct way, we're going to Fusion, import FBX. It's always saying FBX thing. FBX is like a 3D object. And let's try to see where that car is. Transportation, right? Transportation. And there's like a lot of files in here. So the font is with ending extension OBJ. So double click. He's now telling us things and say OK. And he's going to create a very complex. Let's see. Okay, see, so this entire thing, and the reason it looks so extremely complex is because 3D objects have like a lot of elements. Like this is our car, so it has like a lot of different. Has tires, has roof, windows. So this is like the whole object, but the only thing you're interested is just to connect the merge this one with our merge and nothing else. So we're not changing nothing here. So this is like the whole object. Just think like this is like entire 3D object that you just keep it. So this is the tree, this is the car. If we drag and drop from the car, you can drop one by one. You're going to be just seeing some materials. See like part of the car, like inside. So all those different parts of the car are making the whole card, which looks like this. And I just wonder why there is no textures in here. It should have a texture. Not sure. Sometimes the 3D object is not prepared in correct way for us to use in DaVinci. See, and you can like, and how I'm changing this is every part has elements. I'm gonna try to import a different car because this one seems it's not. It didn't import correctly the textures. Okay, I'm gonna try this one here. Yes, it's another format which should work. Let me see. But again, no textures. Let me see. Okay, this one. It's an object, but there's no. This is much more complex. This one here. Okay, I'm going to delete this entire, and this is extremely complex to select and delete the whole thing. And let's I think we should just find a different object. So I'm going to delete the specific one. And let's just find a different car. This is from the, oh, this one is cool. So as you know, in order to import, in correct way the 3D object, sometimes you have to prepare it, correctly in 3D software, like Maya 3D Studio Max. But sometimes if it's correctly prepared, then it just imports, as you said, in our case we have a tree. Let's try to import this one. Extract 26. So now first I'm gonna check like what kind of files are inside. So a lot of texture. So I think it should be correctly opened. Going back here, we're going to Fusion, import FBXC. OBJ format. OBJ. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Let's see, it should work maybe now. Okay, he's still importing. I'm waiting. It might be very complex, this one. It depends on the object. Some objects are very complex. This one here is going to be, I think, very complex is because it's still importing, and that's already a long time to import. So it will be extremely complex. Let's see. No, let me see here. I don't think it worked. Yeah, like this tree worked, but yeah, this car, it seems like it didn't see, it's only 3 of them. Let me see. I'm gonna turn into wireframe, so I can. Oh, I see what they did. So this, they create object with a scene. So so that's kind of a mistake, is because the car is right in here is very tiny. I think they should do like object only and not. It's because this is like a one huge object. You cannot really see. Those cars are like too far. See, so that's a mistake. So I'm going to delete this one object, and one more time. Let's try. Use this one either. So it's very important. Like the project is correctly prepared. Just like we imported the tree, very easily, and the house, but this is harder because people just did a different type of export. Da Vinci. Oh, this one is very large, 76 megabytes. So while we download, I'm gonna try to find one more here. Max. We cannot use that format. So it takes time to import correct model. Let's see this one. Another large format, 56 megabytes. So if you have like a very detailed, of course, there's like a robots and all. Okay, let me import this one. Let's see, OPJ. Okay, so I'm gonna try to download this one. Okay, so we're now just waiting for two more objects. Let's see, it's almost here. Okay, so we got both of them. So let's try to extract the car first, Peugeot, and then the other one. So once we extract the zip file, let's see. This is the robot material texturizer. See, yeah, different objects. So let's try to import. I don't know. I hope it's gonna work. The object is not correctly prepared. 3D model. See, like, when you do, when you work with 3D objects, they should be very optimized specifically for, such work. And those are just like very high quality 3D models, not necessarily optimized for like our project here. It's usually, when we do effects in films, we have like optimized models and prepared. So it's always open. It's never stuff like that. So now it's importing. We're gonna wait. I'm waiting. Let's keep thinking. Okay, that takes time. Let's see. Okay, so he imports here. Here extremely complex. Let's try to drag and drop. I hope it's gonna work. Yeah, this one seems to. We finally got incorrect way. See this car? So it did actually work. It imported. There's some extra elements which I can try to delete. See, so we actually imported. And that's the whole thing. Like all those here things are just for that car. Actually, oh, he's trying to find your texture. You see here red. I'm gonna fix now, the texture in here is because it's in red. So to open correctly, I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna try to see like which texture he's trying to open. Asphalt texture. So I'm going to actually give provide him that specific texture. So texture, inside texture, there's no, I can't find. See. So that's how it should look, of course, but to have a 3D object with such need a 3D software, and we're just using only to import, and then we adding lights ourselves. See, so there's missing texture in here. Asphalt texture. Actually, I'm going. So I'm actually now deleting some extra objects here. Of course, we can merge this into our scene, but we should find only car object. Okay, this one is too far closer. Because don't forget, all those 3D objects, they come from different authors. So they're not properly, scaled together, to work together. So it's kind of hard. So even though, see, it's not really prepared, to be imported, the way we're trying to do it. Even though it did work, you always need textures with the 3D object. And this one here, it didn't import in correct way. So of course we cannot use it. So I'm going just to delete this whole. Okay, so at least we got the house, grass, and that tree. If you want, for example, to copy object, like if you want like 2 trees instead of 1, then actually I'm going to do a trick. I'm going to add transform tool, extra transform. I'm going to reconnect the same tree here back to merge. And such technique actually is copying, 3D object like a clone, a cloning. So this one here is actually second tree. See? So now we have two trees. That's actually, I'm going to make this very large. This, of course, is not a film quality. It's like, cartoonish in a way, but you get the idea. Here, a tool called Bender. Bender is to bend objects and to make unique looking trees, because every tree should be different. You can always rotate them around, so it's kind of like a different angle. But the one really cool thing you should do is add a bender. So I'm going to show you bender. I press Control space, like to bend things. Bender. I'm adding bender. After the transfer is when you do now bend, see it's bending this tree, it's changing its shape, so it's creating a more unique object, right? Bend, twist, tapper. So you can play around with those different settings. So by doing this, you completely changed that object here. I think tapper is good. Okay, so like this maybe. You can add another bender, like the second bender. Again, you can control. So you keep changing the the way this tree looks. I'm gonna add another transform 3D, another transform tool, transform 3D. You always add transform if you want to change position or rotation, change angle, rotation, all those things. See, so by using a bend, this tree is now completely, different look in a way. Actually, let me try to change this texture. I'm gonna try to find a better quality texture. Whereas, actually, I see this one is more realistic. this one here. Okay, I'm going to save this one. I'm going to replace this grass at the bottom to find where is it. I think it's here. Okay, so this one we're going to delete. I drag and drop the new texture, that which is import. Reconnect. Okay, so now it's much more realistic. There's also another thing we can do. We use for the ocean displays. I'm adding displays. Our lesson is going to end in, okay. I'm going to add a displays 3D. Now, varieties of tools, so kind of get the idea of what you can do. I'm adding now displays 3D because I want that ground to not be so straight. I want to be like so changed. Actually, I'm also showing you a little bit from the next lesson. If you want to join the special effects course too, like this is kind of like the stuff we're going to be doing. So, much more complex things. Let's see here, I'm trying to make this ground more and more kind of like bumpy. Fast noise, if you remember, fast noise is like a generator of noise like this, which used to make a cloud, so we can, use with connection of displays. You can missing things. It means you're applying whatever is white is going to go higher, and whatever is dark is going lower. Okay, let me just adjust this one a little bit. Displays 3D. Let me see. This should be working. I don't know why it's not. Okay, there you go. See? So this ground, it becomes kind of like it's not even. See, so by adding displays 3D, I'll do it even much higher than this 55. Okay. So by adding displays 3D after the image plane, fast noise, you create like, not even ground, which you can use to make, see, like a grass. So now when we go back to our scene, it looks more interesting, this sort of thing. So this is our entire house on not even ground. So, it's more and more realistic. This specific object is not very realistic. I mean, this house, it looks cartoonish. It's just made for some 3D animation. It's not made, for film or anything. But I'm kind of showing you, like, how you prepare to make like effects for films. But of course, you need, very high quality of textures. And after all of this is done, actually, I'm going to add one more tree. One more tree. See, it doesn't matter how many trees I'm populating, it's not slowing down, so you kind of see like it's very, very powerful. Okay, let's go into to always rotate around and kind of see and get the idea, about the free. is located. And this one light is maybe it's not too strong. If you want to like a moonlight, has to be like very, very strong, of course, this light. Maybe change. Okay, let me see here. Let's try to change this light into like a moon or something. Actually, I think it should be from the other side. I'm just trying to adjust. Now see this, it looks like a it looks like a water. Is because this, for example, this object right now, this image of the grass, it's actually image plane, but you need to adjust. There is this here tab. You go to material, diffuse, and you're looking for specular transmit. There's this one switch which is controlling, so it doesn't look like a. It doesn't look like a. It doesn't. It's not so reflective. Trying to find that. Intense. And if you don't want to be like shiny, you're supposed to be grass. Right here in material, specular. We're not. It's not like a gloss. See. So it's like even. And the same thing on the house here. Like right now, the house is extremely shiny. If we have like a moonlight, behind, say, you want to remove that shininess. So on FBX Mesh, it's the same thing. You go to material, and you go to specular and intensity. See, so it's not shiny anymore. So it's much more realistic. One more thing I should be doing, because guys, we have to finish class soon. Let me just find some nice moon and put some clouds behind, and like, I wanted to show you how you mix 3D objects. So let's find some moon in here. PNG, of course, so it's cut out. Let's save this one. Let's get some dark sky, and we're done. There's, and many times, it's nice, like when you mix a texture like this with your real 3D object. Could be. I'm now going to import all of those. So I'm going to shut the light off for a minute, so you can get the idea of what's in here. You see now, without the light, it's a very simple looking, cartoon. That's why it's important to have more lights you add, the more effective the scene looks. I'm going to now import this. Moon is here, and the sky behind, and clouds. See, so I'm just directly drag and drop into this. We connect image plane to merge, to our global merge. I think the clouds are too tiny. Of course, when you have 3D objects, everything it's much more effective. It becomes real. It's not so, right? So there's. So let's put behind. Okay, let's copy paste. I'm gonna make for the moon. So just copy and paste everything. Copy and paste is always quick. Of course, the sky is always behind. And the sky, when you do sky, it doesn't take the light. So I'm going to turn the light on the sky and the moon, and I will reflect. I'm always saving because it might crash. Everything is crashing usually. Okay, so I'm just trying to find. My laptop is overheating already. Moon texture. Should work. Yeah, it's very strange. I'm not able to import the moon for some reason. I don't know why. It's very strange. Actually, no, we can just find a normal moon image. No. I'm just trying to import this one moon that I have. It seems really hard. Yeah, we got the mask. So it's already cut out and it's done. Okay, so the whole scene, it looks like this now. PNG, I'm trying to find where it's in the PNG image of the clouds. I'm trying to find where. To switch. I'm actually adjusting those clouds so it's much darker with color correction. So we can of course adjust those clouds. So you see, by applying color, so this is the PNG of the clouds. I'm applying color correction, which I make them much more dark, so it fits the whole scene. So color correction is being used a lot all the time. It becomes much more realistic in a way. And there's of course the 3D house, and I don't know what happened with those trees. Not sure. I think we lost the trees. Well, so I'm going to guess it didn't work. Oh, but just I hope you got some idea of those 3D objects, like how you mix things together. So you can do like a lot of very interesting scenes. Guys, and yeah, so we still have like 15 more minutes. But actually, if you join the special effects class tool, I'll be doing much more complex things like this. Let me see. As you see, there's like a lot of things that you can play with, with this thing. You can make like a different layers of clouds. The moon, for example, the moon interact with light because the moon is like its own light, so not affected by any light. And for this moon specifically, we probably have to add much stronger color correction to make it stronger. And because of the whole, background of the blue into blue, and then you would kind of have similar coloring. So this light comes from, and the clouds I'm going to now change so it's not so green, blue. Okay, color correction. Let's see the clouds. Okay, and just for fun, I'm going to play something in front of the house. Let's try to find some just for fun. Let's find zombie green screen. Let's see, maybe we can find something. Okay, a lot of zombies here, so let's see. It's the best if we would have like a video footage. But just for time being, I'm gonna just add someone. I guess anyone, it doesn't matter which one. Okay, this one I won't show. It's on a green screen, so of course we need to remove the green screen. So if you have seen like this, let's green screen. So we're adding control space, we're adding ultra here. Just reminding you, drag and drop ultra is green. I just select this whole thing. Very carefully, you just select one by one. And it's done. Actually, I'm going to show this one more time. The correct way to remove the green screen in a very nice way is first you have to add ultra key here, drag and drop, and then you see this icon, color pick. Yeah, you drag and drop into the background. I hold this and drag and drop. So I hold. As soon as you move cursor on the color you want to be gone, it just disappears and it's cut out. So this one we just connect to image plane now, this image, and he's now in the scene somewhere. Let's see. I think he's too tiny to this object, so I'm going to resize it. Okay, here we go. See, so it's But of course, it's video if he's a video, because then. But that's kind of like how you make effects for films in a way. This is kind of like, the beginning. So you need a lot of 3D objects. Then you need actors on the green. Add quickly camera here, and we're going to be finished with this. And we're going to add camera. We need to add renderer, which is the final one. The final frame format, 1920 by, let's see, 1280 by 720. So that's like half HD. Of course, we need to turn the lights on the renderer. Without lights, as you see, it doesn't look anything good. And we're going to adjust the camera right here. And render is the final, of course, image. And now, by changing camera, we're actually seeing, as the viewers, the final one you see here. Let me zoom this down more. So I'm going to add to glow at the very end, so it looks more like the nighttime. It would be great if he's animated, right? So that's kind of one. You would then add another color correction. You would add some extra to just finalize the look. See, so a glow effect is very cool. A glow effect always goes after the renderer. It creates this kind of interesting, it's like a mist in nighttime or something. So then, the only thing is left is actually a camera. It should be animated, and he should be animated. But that's how you would have like a base to create longer animation. Okay, so actually, I'm going to be finishing this lesson. So this was our last time makeup. I just want to kind of show you more things. So you can do a lot of imagination is your limit. Guys, I'm going to share that project onto King LMS. And let me first save it here. Very powerful as you see it. Zombie. PC, okay, export. Yeah, so after that, I'm going to export this whole scene. Actually, I'm going to try to find animated zombie, so it looks much cooler. Of course, you need to add some, extra smoke on the ground in front, and you see how cool it looks. Okay. So thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed those classes. Today there's no assignment. I was just showing you for fun things and the possibilities. And then after the vacation, there's going to be a new classes, so you can consider to join if you like. Okay, I'm finishing, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.